Dear Class of 2020, I'm sure this is not exactly the picture you had in mind when you thought of your graduation. You've all worked hard and deserve recognition for the time and commitment you've put into your education. You're all about to enter the real world at one of the most unprecedented times in modern history. And while the career search might not happen right away, this pandemic will not last forever, and the world will slowly start to return back to the way it was, or at least some kind of new normal. So I'm sitting here on my couch as part of Commencement to talk to you about the live events industry. To introduce myself briefly, my name is Amanda LaMontanaro. I'm originally from Long Island, but I've lived in Los Angeles, California for the past 5 years. I graduated from the University of Tampa in 2013 with a degree in Management Information Systems. I learned a lot at school, but I realized pretty quickly that I'm just not a desk person, which wasn't exactly conducive to a career with my major in computers. It took a bit, but eventually I found a career that made sense for me. I'm a production coordinator for a live events production company. I work for various musical artists and bands on local events in LA, as well as worldwide tours. I love it, but it can be pretty hectic. While a concert might only be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., the crew works from about 8 a.m. till 2 a.m. And you sleep on a bus with 11 other people. You learn to accept that you're probably not going to get to do your hair or makeup on work days. And you fight past that slight twinge of jealousy when the band trickles in at 1 p.m. looking for lunch and you've already been working for 5 hours. It can be a lot to get used to, but for me, the perks are unbeatable. One really cool part of my job is seeing firsthand the way music can bring people together. You get to see people from all different places, people that you wouldn't expect to have anything in common, jamming out to the same songs. It really puts into perspective how similar people actually are. My personal favorite aspect of my career is getting to wake up in a new city almost every day. While I don't always get to explore each city, I rarely let a day off go to waste. And I've gotten to check out so many places that I would have never been able to if it weren't for this job, like London, Memphis, Buffalo, Salt Lake City, Toronto, Vancouver, and even Omaha, Nebraska. Each city has its own history and culture and unique sights to see. Even the cities I had been to before, like Chicago and Philadelphia, still had plenty to offer. And not to mention having the opportunity to see my family in New York without having to pay for a pricey cross-country flight. Now that's a pretty good perk. But as much as I do enjoy traveling for work, it also brings a new level of appreciation for my home. There's nothing quite like the feeling of collapsing onto my own bed after the end of a month-long tour. Unfortunately, as I'm sure many of you already know, this pandemic has really taken a toll on the live events industry. Before this, I couldn't even conceptualize that there could be a period of time where concerts and festivals would just stop. And I'll be honest, it's pretty scary to witness it firsthand. Right now, I would be working at Coachella, where we had 7 artists performing. Afterwards, I was going to spend the month of May on my first European tour. But as easy as it is to feel defeated by the situation, I refuse to accept that this will also be our future. We will get through this. The live events industry will bounce back, just like many other industries affected by this pandemic. So I advise you to take this time as an opportunity for personal growth. learn a new skill, or continue developing an old one. Personally, I've been trying to improve my Photoshop skills, and I've been reading books on script writing just to, learn something new and feel prepared for anything that the future might bring. It never hurts to learn and stay prepared for when regular life starts to resume.